Hello, welcome and welcome back to K Make Crochet. I'm your host Karen here in my studio. It's been quite a while since I did my last video. I've been really busy. As you know, I have a shop now and it's doing pretty well. The owner of the shop, to share Unique Boutique, they went to a pop-up event here in Glendale, and it was called Dog Days of Glendale, where they promote or they sponsor dog adoption. And they had like 70 vendors there and a lot of things for the children. I know they had face painting and other activities for children and for families to go and shop the vendors. And then you get a chance to look at the dogs, and if you're in the market of adopting a dog, this last Saturday would have been a great opportunity for that. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend. I ended up having a migraine and some other issues, so I did not make it. And I would have made a video and pictures of that. But anyway, to report, I know I showed the Pikachu that I made, the foot tall Pikachu, this one, just exactly like that. She reported that that sold. I had it priced at 40. I said I would take 35, so I'm not sure yet what she offered the customer. And I had one of my turtles with the embroidered eyes sold as well. She had taken other vendors in her store along with some of my items, so I was very pleased to hear that. And a lot of people in the shop and her as well said that I know that the Pikachu is gonna go quick, and it did. So I'm very happy for that. On the other hand, now I got to make another one. So I've been busy with making Evie. I don't know if I showed Evie yet, but I had finished Evie, and Evie took 2 days, and here she is. So yeah, in the Pokemon realm, she is considered like a Japan for Eevee is the evolution Pokemon. She's got the little spike in the back of her tail, and I've crocheted all the fur around. So it's not sewn on, it's crocheted in. And I did 2 rows with that that fur from Michael's. And this is like a 3-strand fur. So I left all the strands on to make that nice and fluffy. And I did the felted eyes myself. I cut them out and glued them together and glued them on the face. And I stitched on her eyebrows and her nose and her mouth. Did the ears. The ears were sewn on, as well as the tail and the head. And the feet were also sewn in. So this was a lot of sewing, but it was easy. It was easy for me. I would say it's not a beginner's crochet, but like a moderate to advanced crocheter, because there is a lot of increases and decreases and stuff like that. So she's ready to go to the market. I sewed on my tag, and I get these which are, let me show you real quick. They come in a bag like this. I got my other things in here so I don't lose all the marketing parts that I need. This is my handmade tags material and things that you would need for caring for the plushies. And then, let's see. So yeah, I think I got like 100 of these, and they come like this. And the company that I went through online, I don't know, I don't remember if it was Amazon or whatever, but it's Cali. So you can look up that company if you're interested in getting tags. I don't remember what I paid. It wasn't for very much. I'm sure it was under 20, but very well made. This is of a cloth, like a cotton woven cloth. And of course the ends are frayed, but they cut them as well. And all I do is I fold it. And I try to make like a crease. And then I go ahead, because of the rough edges, I fold that as well. Just eyeing it. And then so that's how I sew the tags on my plushies. And I try to put the tag in an inconspicuous, kind of like a hidden spot, like out of sight, out of the way area. I was going to put it like right here, but I didn't think that would have been proper. So I put it right behind the leg. And so the legs going forward, making these, I might put wire in the legs, just loop wire here and loop wire here, because they're sewn in and they're soft, and the weight of the head and the body causes the feet to spread and lay out like a splooting plushie. So what I had to do to remedy that, you could see the indents. I just stitched a couple of stitches, I don't know if you could see them, to keep the legs together somewhat. They're like, I made like little dimples. But yeah, so they don't like spread too far out. And I have to make sure that it poses like that. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, so yeah, it turned out really nice. The family really fell in love with it. They're like oohing and on over it. And of course my grandkids, they were hugging on it and I want it. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, this is going to market, but maybe for your birthday or whatever, or a special occasion, I'll make one. Because this took a whole skein of the Big Twist, Big Twist Baby Bear. Let me go and grab it real quick. Let's see. Grab this one too. So luckily I had 2 skeins, because I bought it and then a month later I bought more and I didn't realize I had this color. It's brown sugar. So it used a whole skein. I think I had like a little handful left. And yeah, and the stuffing, so the bag of stuffing that I get, it's over there, but the bag is like, you know, a regular bag of polyfill. It took half the bag. So yeah, normally these are made in acrylic, and in acrylic they're like 6 1/4 inch tall. Where did oh, here. So I got my tape measure, my sewing tape measure, and let me measure this from the top of the head to the bottom of the front foot. It's about 14 inches. I don't know if I can hold this and show you at the same time. So yeah. Oh nope, about a foot, but with the ears, I don't know. I was gonna tack up the ears a little bit. What do you think? Should I tack them up a little? Because they seem to want to flop forward. Maybe I'll do that after I get off of here. So what is that? Almost 14 inches. And then the length from the tail to the head, I think it was 17. Yes. Oops. Let me get you up here. So yeah, about 17 inches. So pretty big. So that'll be going to market. I'm going to try and go tomorrow. I have a luncheon date going on with all my girlfriends tomorrow. But maybe I can swing by later, or maybe just take it over there Wednesday. I try not to pile on too much activities in one day because I have lots to do here. I still haven't reorganized my closet with all those crate shelving. So yeah, so I made that. I started that on last Monday, and I got it done Tuesday evening. I did time myself with this. So to crochet all the bits and parts in between breaks and stuff, you know, I'd pause it and come back and start the timer again. Took 3 hours and 39 minutes to just crochet the parts. And then it took another about 3.5 hours to put the parts together and to sew this on and because I make these. So that takes time because I have to, I have the cutter, and I'm going to show you the cutter that I use, and to embroider the face, eyebrows, and then the little nose, and that cute little nose that I cut out of felt. It's supposed to have bottom paws, but I didn't think that was necessary. It would just take more of my valuable time. So about 7 hours of work that goes into these because of all the parts that they have. And I tried to make sure that they look just like the book or the actual Pokemon items, because you know, I feel the better quality, the moving on. So what I did the eyes with was this machine, this cutter. It's called Hello Hobby, and it's got the little roller inside, and you crank it. And here's I bought this at Walmart. I don't know if they still carry it. There's the barcode if you're interested in it. And it has, this is like a little booklet. Tells you how to load it up. Whether you're doing embossing, because this embosses as well, and cuts. And then you get, ooh, I had to buy an extra plate. You get all these plates to go with it. You don't use all the plates at once. This is your embossing plate, which is a really flimsy, thin plastic. And then you could see I've already cut through it because I didn't know what I was doing. I had the die cut backwards, and it was cutting into the plastic. So that was an oops. And when you're doing paper, I mean, it'll cut right through paper. But because I was doing felt, I didn't have that problem. So it didn't cut through on the plastic, which they said this is normal. And then you have the magnetic plate with the grid, so you can position it. You can tell I've used this quite a while. And then the metal bottom plate, that's what the bottom looks like. It's called the platform. And this is called the magnetic plate. So the metal dies, which I'll show you where to go. What I do with the, oh. So I bought all these circles here. And it's got like really, really tiny circles on the bottom. I bought these at Michael's. And you could see, if I take one out, it's flat on one end, and then it's got that ridge. That ridge is what cuts through paper and thin felt. Some of the felt I have is thicker, and what I have to do is I have to flip it over, the felt, and cut the other side. And still, I mean, it shows the indent, and sometimes I have to use scissors to cut that loose. But yeah, this was maybe $8 for the whole. How many did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 circles in different sizes. And I got my felt in there from when I was cutting. See, the white felt was way thinner, whoops, than the black felt. And of course, I bought most of these felts. I have a whole stack of them that I bought at Joann's when they were going out of business, of course. So I got quite a lot. I have some that has glitter on them. But they didn't have regular black felt at that time at Joann's. So I said to myself that, oh, I can always, you know, put this on the back side so you wouldn't even see glitter. So it works. And what else was I going to show you about that? Yeah, this is the embossing mat. And this is for just making indents in your paper. And at the time I was doing paper art and card making. So I might do that in the future. Go back to that and do some. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. My other videos called Hello Hobby. 6-inch, 160 mm platform. And you can go online. If they don't have it at Walmart, I'm sure they still have it online. That thing is heavy. Heavy. So, but that's how I do my my eyes. I cut with felt. So, last week when I took Pikachu in, I got my paycheck, and when she gives out paycheck, this is the pay stub. I don't know why it says $89.25, because it was like $90.95 anyway. So these are the things that that sold. I sold my first month because it was kind of slow. It was after Christmas, so not a lot of thing, you know, in January. Not a lot of people were buying at that time. People were recovering from Christmas. So I sold one of my baby dragons, and it sold for $12. I sold 2 frogs and swings. They were $10 each, so that was $20. I sold 1 hammy hamster for $5, and I sold that like the next day after I took ownership of the shelf. When I loaded it up the next day, it sold. So I was happy about that. And then I was also happy about the hen or rooster. I just put hen or rooster on it. It was $10. I think it was the hen. That went for $10. It was the smaller one. And then Peppy the skunk. I know I showed you on my other videos as I make the items I show in my videos. Those. So Peppy the skunk. It was actually a squirrel that I turned into a skunk, and it sold for $16. I sold a small octopus, and the heads are about that big, and the tentacles are about that long. I think it was the red one. Sold for $10. I sold a 12-inch jumping spider for $15. I was happy about that. And I have two others, but I have them on my eBay shop. So as things sell, I will probably take things from my eBay and put in the shop and just delete it from eBay if they don't sell. And then I sold egg and chick, or chicken egg, I'm sorry, chicken egg for $10. And I sold a yellow ducky for $7. So I was very happy. That was a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 items. And that wasn't even a whole month. That was like 3 weeks. So I was happy with that. So I'll be very curious to see what March brings me. And yeah, because I got paid, we get paid a month later after the sales. So those were sold, it doesn't say the dates on them, between January and February. Yeah, because that said it was printed out February 12th was when she finalized that. So it goes from mid-month to mid-month, and then we get paid the second month in. So anyway, that was fun, and I hope with people realizing that I'm in the shop that I'll get more customers. And I'm still playing with the prices, you know, I'm making sure that that I get paid. I normally, this is what I do with my pricing, because I don't do the hourly. If I would have put, let's say most people are asking $20 an hour. If I would have sold this for 8 times that, that's $100. That's not including material. Material, I got about $8 into this. So, and I'm going to offer them for $45 at the shop. And I'm not into making, you know, gobs and gobs of money. I do, like I said before in my other videos, that I do it for my sanity, the love of crochet, and seeing smiles on people's faces when they receive one of my plushies. So I like to do unique items, and also those unique items take quite a while to crochet. There are things that I've crocheted that were tiny and only took me like 15-20 minutes to half an hour to make, which the frogs and the birds that I've made, the parakeets now, those took a couple hours to make because they had a lot of sewing and embroidery on those. So I just price accordingly. So what I do is I take the materials that I put into that and I times it by 4. So I'm paying myself back for the material. I'm paying for fees at the shop, part of the rent. So I break down the rent and all my plushies, and that can be anywhere from like a couple of bucks to, you know, not quite $10. And I add that into there. And then taxes, and then my profit. So yeah, or twice the profit depending on the fees and stuff. So that's how I price. So 8.16. So it cost me $8 total to make these plushies. So 8, 16, 24, 32, and I got priced at 45. And Pikachu sold, well, I'm not sure exactly how much he sold, but I'm still making a good profit. And they've only charged me 10% sales fee to sell my items in the shop, which is fantastic because my other shops that I sold in was 15 to 20 or 25%. So anyway, yeah, so these parts that I have, I found out the microphone doesn't work because I can't connect it to my iPhone. I forgot to charge this, so I'm using natural light, and I cannot find my clicker to start and stop my video, so I have to do it manually. And I have you flipped forward so you could see when I'm showing you lettering, you can actually read it, where if I have it faced where I can see myself on the camera, then all the wording is backwards. So I don't like doing that. I try not to do that. So I'm hoping what I show you is in frame because I can't see myself in my camera, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And I'm gonna also include the pictures of the Pokemon before I sent it to the shop. I'll also include me taking it to the shop and putting it on the shelf. And I'll probably edit the sound because people were talking to me as I was rearranging the shelf and stuff, and the music. And then I have pattern, but that's him, and these are all the parts. So to make these parts, I knew that Charmander was going to be as big as this. I had to make the eyes probably twice the size of the patterns that they have in this book. So what I had to do is take my phone, take a picture of the cutouts, the pattern, and so when I used the plastic, it didn't do that. So I had to think outside the box to get these little patterns. And so let me get it out of the bag. So I have it in the same bag that I used to make the drawing of the pattern with, and I clip it to the page so I can use this again in the future. And this took quite a while to make these. So this is, I wrote on one side left eye, because you have this little curvature here, and then the right side. So this is the corner of the inside of the eye, and this is the outer side. And then this was in black. And then this is the eye color, and I put blue part of eye, and this goes in the bottom of the eye, and I wrote that on there. I mean, looking in the book, you can see where it goes. And then I put white part of the eye for the little circle. Ah! Oh no, it fell. But so yeah, that's how I made that. These are just extra circles that I had cut out and thought I was going to use, and I'm going to use them in the future for other projects. So I was excited with that. So yeah, that was what is going on here in Kami's studio. I hope you all are doing well, And again, I will be inserting some videos of me making the Charmander, and then and what it looks like at the end. Hopefully it turns out. I'm still in learning process with the editing app for making videos, so it is all new to me. Oh, yeah, so that's all I wanted to share with you. But so again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share with others, and consider subscribing to my channel, where you will see lots of more videos of this type in the future. And don't forget to click the notification bar so you'll get alerted on your phone. And with that, I hope you have a great day. Take care.
A day in my life as a small business owner.
All I can do. Looks like I did sell a lot. Some of my eggs are gone and the chicks are gone. Just got some things up in the window. I sold one of these. It looks like I sold 2 of them. They're cute. That's fun. Let's go out to the window and I'll show you what she has out there. Hope they didn't mind me using her shelf. Yeah. I thought hanging these would get them off over there because they were kept falling. So I thought this would be a cool idea to put them on. Give everything breathing room. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Oh, I really got to do some more crocheting. She said that I got a lot of compliments on my dragons. So, happy about that. All right, let's go look at the window. Cute. That's cute. This is still got my pink bunny. The yellow bunny. here. She gets a lot of customers, so only time will tell before people actually realize that I sell my crochets here. And just trying to figure out pricing right now. So she told me that she's going to take the Pikachu with her at an event here by one of the local schools. And so I was excited about that. And she's got other things that she's going to take from the shop to take down there, and they're going to do like a dog adoptions and stuff. So yeah, oh, isn't that cute? Yeah. So all right, well, thank you for coming along with me, and I will see you back at the studio. Bye for now.